What if everything you were taught about the origin of civilization was incomplete? What if the first gods humanity worshipped were not supernatural beings at all, but visitors from the stars? Long before recorded history, before organized religion, before science had words for DNA or space travel, ancient peoples carved a name into stone and clay tablets: the Anunnaki. A name that has survived for more than 6,000 years, a name that refuses to stay buried, and a question that still unsettles historians, scientists, and believers alike. Were the Anunnaki gods or ancient aliens? The story begins in ancient Sumer, the world's oldest known civilization, located in Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq. Thousands of clay tablets written in cuneiform describe powerful beings who descended from the sky and ruled Earth long before human kings existed. The word Anunnaki is commonly translated as those who came from heaven to earth. These texts do not describe invisible spirits or abstract ideas, but physical beings who walked among humans, issued commands, built cities, and controlled knowledge. To the Sumerians, the Anunnaki were not myths, they were rulers. At the top of this hierarchy stood Anu, the supreme sky god and ruler of the heavens. Below him were his sons, Enlil and Enki, two of the most important figures in the Anunnaki story. Enlil was the god of authority, law, and power, often portrayed as harsh and unforgiving. Enki, by contrast, was the god of wisdom, creation, and science, frequently shown as compassionate toward humans. Many modern readers notice something strange here. Enki behaves less like a mystical god and more like a scientist or engineer, constantly experimenting, advising, and intervening in human affairs. According to ancient texts such as the Atrahasis Epic and the Enuma Elish, the Anunnaki originally came to Earth for resources, especially gold. Mining the planet was exhausting, even for them, and a radical solution was proposed: the creation of a new being to do the labor. Humans were formed by mixing clay with the essence or blood of the gods. To ancient minds, this sounded divine magic, but to modern minds, it sounds disturbingly similar to genetic engineering described through symbolic language. This idea gained global attention in the 20th century through the work of Zecharia Sitchin, an author who studied ancient texts and proposed a highly controversial interpretation. In his 1976 book, The 12th Planet, Sitchin claimed the Anunnaki were extraterrestrial beings from a distant planet called Nibiru, which follows a long elliptical orbit around our sun. According to his theory, the Anunnaki came to Earth hundreds of thousands of years ago, created humans as a worker species, and ruled as gods. While mainstream scholars strongly reject his translations and conclusions, his work permanently changed how millions of people viewed ancient mythology. Another influential figure was Erich von Daniken, author of Chariots of the Gods. He argued that ancient monuments, flying chariots, and sky gods described across multiple cultures were evidence of ancient astronauts influencing early civilizations. Although he did not focus solely on the Anunnaki, his work helped popularize the ancient astronaut theory, making it culturally acceptable to question whether ancient gods were actually advanced visitors using technology far beyond human understanding. The mystery deepens with the Sumerian king list, an ancient document describing rulers who reigned before a great flood. These kings were said to rule not for decades, but for tens of thousands of years, far beyond any normal human lifespan. Names such as Alulim, Alalangar, Enmen-Luana, Enmen-Gal-Ana, and Dumuzid appear in this list. Repeatedly, the text states that kingship descended from heaven, suggesting a direct connection between divine beings and human rulers. After a catastrophic flood, kingship was said to descend from heaven once again, restarting civilization. Strangely, this flood story appears across many cultures. In the Bible, similar beings are called the Nephilim, described as mighty ones who came down from heaven. In ancient India, epic texts like the Mahabharata describe Vimanas, flying machines capable of aerial combat and long-distance travel. In Egypt, gods were believed to rule Earth for thousands of years before humans inherited power. Different cultures, different names, yet the same pattern appears again and again. Sky beings, advanced knowledge, and the creation. Skeptics argue that these stories are symbolic, metaphors for nature, power, or spiritual belief systems. Historians suggest ancient people used mythology to explain a world they did not scientifically understand, and this explanation is reasonable. Yet one question remains unanswered. Why do these myths describe creation through the mixing of essence, beings descending from the sky, advanced tools, and long-lived rulers with such consistency across the world? So the real mystery is not whether you believe in the Anunnaki. The real mystery is whether humanity's past has been simplified, misunderstood, or partially erased over time. Were the Anunnaki gods, ancient aliens, or advanced beings whose story has been filtered through myth, religion, and thousands of years of retelling? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: the story of our origins may be far stranger than we were ever told. What do you believe? Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video if it made you question history, and subscribe because this mystery is far from over.